This is your weekly global sailing highlights show, The World on Water, September 19th, 2025. After what could only be described as a disastrous opening day for the Japan Sailing Federation team competing in the 2025 Rolex New York Yacht Club Invitational Cup, the squad roared back into relevance with a fourth and a first to start day 2 of the 5-day biennial competition. A 14th in the third race of the day tempered the comeback, but the Japanese team was all smiles this evening as team principal Masuhiro Bamba walked up to accept the prize for winning race 5.
We're out here to do the best we possibly can against the best teams in the world. It's so exciting being here. We absolutely love the Invitational Cup. That's why we keep coming back.
The entire crew was looking around, what's the next pressure going to come, what's the next shift going to come, so that was very key. And then the team was also very good in around the corner. So
during the first race, we got fouled, and we didn't think much of it at the time. There was contact. And when we were going upwinds, I noticed that the starboard spreader didn't seem to be seated the way it used to be. There was a lot of uncertainty at the time. We were hoping that it was not a big deal, but then they had riggers show up here and look it over and decide that no, they weren't comfortable with using that boat anymore. It was a big task. We were really supported well by New York Yacht Club and their resources to get the boat ready, and the team put in a huge effort until just after the sun set last night to get as ready as we could. So I was really proud of everybody that once we got to the race course, we could put the sails up and try to see what we were sailing.
The fleet is very intense, and everyone has their own pride with the yacht club. So to get first place in this prestigious regatta is a big thing for us. We are very joyful.
Emirates Team New Zealand are 4-time winners and defenders of the 37th America's Cup, and as such they get to set the regatta rules. The 38th event will be held in Italy, and their design guru, Bernasconi, lays out the new rules.
For this America's Cup, there's a couple of really significant changes. This time around, we're not going to have any cycles, and the power used to control the sails will all be supplied by batteries. So every team will have an identical system. That will all be controlled to mimic the amount of power that the 4 cyclers on the yacht would be able to generate. And we're taking that from data from the last Cup so that there isn't unlimited power available and teams still have to be efficient in the way they use that power. In doing that, we wanted all of the crew, the 5 crew members, to be really involved in sailing the boat. At least one of those is mandated to be female. Whether we'll see women helming or flight control or strategy and tactics, I think there'll be some variation across the fleet. Everyone will look at the team of people they have and try and get everyone doing the roles that they're best at. The other really significant change for this America's Cup, you could say it's a change, you could say it's staying the same, but we're not going to be building new hulls this time around. By not building new hulls, we're getting double the value out of the hulls we have got, which is a huge cost saving and a huge environmental saving. The differences between the hulls are more visual than performance related. There's much more to be gained in the foils, the sails and the control systems. There's still a really long way to go with making the sails work well across the range in optimising the shape and structure of the sails and the hydraulic systems that we're using to control them. I think the racing will be closer in AC38. You know, everyone feels they could have got a bit more out of the boat. Also in Naples, the breeze is a little bit stronger on average. We're also going to see some different sorts of racing. Looking forward to having fleet racing and maybe switching up the match racing a bit. It's going to be a pretty cool event.
The Royal Ocean Racing Club's inaugural Cowes Offshore Racing Series has signed off in style after 7 thrilling, hard-fought races, marking the start of a bold new chapter for Solent-based offshore competition. Launched in the club's centenary year, the series gave over 500 sailors, both Corinthian and professionals, the chance to go bow-to-bow in a compact but demanding program. With the best 5 races counting from 7, the fleet faced everything the channel could throw at them, from glassy Solent drifters where inches mattered, to bruising legs around notorious headlands and into the open sea.
I'm Peter Coote and this is Slinky Malinky. It's a DASCAT 1295. We're here today to do the Cherbourg race. So this is the last race of the series.
Yeah, so this race is relatively straightforward. We're starting with the tide, we're going out to the east, round No Man's Land Fort, round Benbridge Buoy, and then we're heading down to the Cherbourg for the finish. This season's been great racing. Obviously they're pushing 200, which is, large numbers of boats, and we've had a relatively close rating band, and that's true of quite a few classes.
The racing's been very close, particularly in class IRC3, which we race in, where there are 3 boats still in contention and any one of them could take the series. It all comes down to the last race. I think the series has delivered everything we hoped, and it's been fantastic racing on the water and great socials off the water.
We've been racing with the RORC now 26 years, so record of sorts, I guess. Especially now we've got this race series for the races starting from Cowes. Yeah, they're classic RORC races with some very prestigious trophies dating back to the 1950s in many cases. So you don't have to go too far afield to be competitive. I think it's the best 5 races that count from 7 races.
Only the second year I've had of owning the boat, so we've never really all sailed together as a crew. So I feel that we've got better and better as the years gone on. We've got a better understanding for the boat, how hard we can push it, and trying to get the most out of it as well. So we've had pretty much every sort of condition thrown at us, from the early season. From light winds to very strong winds as well. So it's been, a really good introduction to the racing, and also the Mokra rating system seems to work really, really well. So, we can be on the start line with other boats like the Mod 70s. We're competing against them, on a fair footing as well. So yeah, it's been well worth it for this, this season.
So we've had everything from family crews to the professionals. But what's been lovely is some of the Corinthian crews have shown they can mix it with the professionals. And one that really resonates is when, with alacrity, a family-sailed Sigma 38 came out and got on the podium in the Digging Bowl between Géry Trontezeau's Long Courier and one of the Admiral's Cup boats, because they just sailed fantastically, did some brilliant navigation. So something for everyone there.
Yeah, even the tough races, and probably especially the tough races, you look back and it's a test of yourself, your teamwork, your preparation, all-encompassing tests. You just learn a lot about yourself, your boat, your team, and maybe takes a few beers in the bar, but you sort of come around to thinking you want to do it again. So given that I think we've got 4 first places in class so far, so I think we're going to be tough to beat. So we're hoping we can stay in pole position on that.
Lots of special moments. One that stands out for me was the race to San Malo. We were neck and neck with Foggy Dew. Noel and his crew are fantastic sailors, so we were concentrating so hard for 4 hours to just pip them at post. Very satisfying. Whatever happens, we'll have had some really close, really tight racing with people we've got a great deal of respect for, and whatever happens, I'm sure we'll enjoy a beer in Cherbourg and toast the winner.
With a 3-hour-long Bay Tour race as the final test for competitors, the 61st edition of the Rolex Big Boat Series hosted by St. Francis Yacht Club came to a stunning close. The skippers at the top of the podium in the J105 and ORC B classes were awarded coveted Rolex Submariner dates. Bruce Stone and Nicole Bro's arbitrage came away victorious among the J105s, the regatta's largest fleet, and Peter Wagner's J111 Skeleton Key was the victor in the ORC B division.
Coming up to the St. Francis is always great. They always put on a great event.
Sailing up here in San Francisco is fantastic. It's the best racing we do all year long.
Such a great community we've had in the fleet, and it's a really fun time every year.
I don't know of any club that is that close to deep salt water and consistent heavy wind for epic racing.
Where else can you sail in such a beautiful, scenic place? There's no place else like this in the entire United States.
The team at St. Francis looks forward to this event all year. They spend the year preparing and planning to host an event that they are all proud of.
Yeah, I came up straight from the bottom. Put on the gas, yeah, that's the throttle. I get the smash cause I get the bottle. These people mad cause I get the mom. I'm changing lanes in my auto. Get to the bag is my motto. I'm coming up cause I stayed down. Got so hard I can't slow down. Nothing was given started from the mud. I wrapped it up and now it's a drum. If you wanna play, count my bluff. I'm not gonna pull it if I ain't gon' bust. I'm making the move quick enough to.
There's a lot of people here. Everybody very much cares about the sport. Great venue and a great community view.
Fair winds and good sailing, friends.
Can you take me high?
Today looks like a little more breeze.
And we'll probably see about 20 knots or so in the middle of the course, so we'll be switching sails.
The strategy is go as fast as we can.
The first time Point Bonito's been used in 20 years, and I've always wanted to go out to that point. Very entertaining run in. It's always a good treat to go into the Golden Gate Bridge.
Super great conditions. We had a real strong mix of low wind, high wind, medium wind.
We're excited for the Bay Tour today.
The Bay Tour has a special place in my heart. One of the most memorable races of the series.
Exciting race on Sunday here. It was the most fantastic thing.
It's really nice to see all that work come together.
Managed to get, I think, 7 firsts over the course of the regatta. It's been a great team effort.
It feels so good to duke it out with them and come out on top this particular time.
After what could only be described as a disastrous opening day for the Japan Sailing Federation team competing in the 2025 Rolex New York Yacht Club Invitational Cup, the squad roared back into relevance with a 4th and a 1st to start day 2 of the 5-day biennial competition. A 14th in the third race of the day tempered the comeback, but the Japanese team was all smiles this evening as team principal Masuhiro Bamba, below, left with rear Commodore Peter Komiski, walked up to accept the prize for winning race 5.
Here to do the best we possibly can against the best teams in the world. It's so exciting being here. We absolutely love the Invitational Cup. That's why we keep coming back.
The entire crew was looking around, what's the next pressure going to come, what's the next shift going to come, so that was very key. And then the team was also very good in around the corner. So
during the first race, we got fouled, and we didn't think much of it at the time. There was contact. And when we were going upwinds, I noticed that the starboard spreader didn't seem to be seated the way it used to be. There was a lot of uncertainty at the time. We were hoping that it was not a big deal, but then they had riggers show up here and look it over and decide that no, they weren't comfortable with using that boat anymore. It was a big task. We were really supported well by New York Yacht Club and their resources to get the boat ready, and the team put in a huge effort until just after the sun set last night to get as ready as we could. So I was really proud of everybody that once we got to the race course, we could put the sails up and try to see what we were sailing.
The fleet is very intense, and everyone has their own pride with their yacht club. So to get first place in this prestigious regatta is a big thing for us. We are very joyful.
After 2 solid days of racing, with 9 races completed and 1 day lost to light winds, ENTZ sails of Change 8 emerged as the clear winner, securing the top spot on the leaderboard with a commanding 9-point margin.
C'est un grand plaisir d'organiser ce Grand Prix ici, de vous avoir tous et de profiter avec vous de ce magnifique jardin et du lac qui aujourd'hui a l'air particulièrement sympa pour naviguer.
Aujourd'hui, on doit attendre jusqu'à 13h30 pour pouvoir sortir sur l'eau parce que trop de vent. Donc les conditions très changeantes. Un sud-ouest, c'est vrai que c'est tout de suite différent avec l'instabilité. Mais le travail fait, les expériences prises pendant le début de saison, le travail fait pendant l'été de réflexion et les quelques entraînements de la semaine, des semaines qui ont précédé le Grand Prix, nous ont permis de bien nous améliorer. Et on joue avec les autres et on est très contents. Et effectivement, nous sommes très heureux de gagner notre première manche.
Eastern Yacht Club calls it the reverse rabbit. When plan A, usually starting close to the pin, doesn't go to, well, plan, the reverse rabbit is the exit strategy. It's far from easy and success has to be measured against the alternative. But for race 8 of the 2025 Rolex New York Yacht Club Invitational Cup, it was the only viable option for tactician Bill Lynn and his EYC teammates. They pulled it off, finished 6th in the race and won the day.
expect lighter winds. We are much better in lighter winds, I hope. We were much more confident during practice days, so we hope for 2 or 3 races.
And the reason we wanted to come really badly is I love the New York Yacht Club. I love Beth and all the team and know them really well. So it would really be nice to come one more time again for myself, but I also wanted Itchner to be here.
Well, it felt amazing. I didn't really believe that it was happening until we crossed that line and we heard the gun. Everyone was very focused up until that point, so when we crossed that line and everyone just started cheering, it was a pretty amazing feeling. Well, I was told that it was an amazing event, obviously, before I came, but I didn't really quite realise how amazing it would be. I was very shocked when I came, as everything that goes into it is quite amazing, and all of the organisation I'm very taken aback by. But I'm very impressed by the whole thing, and it definitely puts a spark in my belly for the rest of my life, really. Like, this is what I hope that I can continue doing for a very long time.
And we always felt that there was pretty good pressure on the right, and we thought it might be slightly right rotated, and the tide was splitting towards the top, partly going down the left channel, partly going down the right channel. We felt confident we might be right. That's all you can do, isn't it, right, in sailing? So we pushed on, tacked across, and laid the mark. And it was a great moment, I think it's fair to say. We were all very happy, as Barry would say. And we got a really nice headed pressure shift.
Super excited to win the day today. I think we got a second and a 6. The 6 was like almost a 3, so it could have been even better. But yeah, got off the line really well in the first race. Second race, didn't get off the line well, but had a good escape and got to kind of the front really quickly. Kept our boat going fast, and I think our tactician did a great job today, hitting all the shifts. Yeah, went really well.
Many were hoping to claim victory in the opening leg of La Solitaire du Figaro Paprec, but the honours went to Alexis Loizen, Group REEL, who took the win with a race time of 3 days, 18 hours, 55 minutes and 26 seconds.
Il va falloir essayer de ne pas perdre la Solitaire sur cette étape. C'est pas sur cette étape qu'on la gagne, ça c'est sûr, mais on peut potentiellement la perdre ici, donc il va falloir essayer de faire attention.
Première fois que je fais 4 millions de mers de suite en solo. En plus là ça va être plein de petits tronçons, donc il va falloir tout le temps être sur le dossier. Mais cette appréhension, il faut la transformer en excitation, j'ai hâte d'y aller et puis c'est que du stress positif.
Là, Yann, il nous a vraiment concocté un parcours qui reste très intéressant, avec beaucoup de tronçons, de changements de voile. Enfin, il y a toujours vraiment cet ADN de la Solitaire du Figaro dans cette première étape.
C'est une course de légende et je voulais vraiment, ça fait des années que je la regarde, des années je me dis que je vais la faire et pour moi de se battre avec tous le même bateau, toutes les mêmes informations, c'est vraiment le marin qui fait la différence. En tout cas c'est ce que je suis venu chercher, voir ce que je valais.
3, 2, 1.
Le départ à l'anglais, c'est pas quelque chose qu'on fait d'habitude, c'est quelque chose qui est assez difficile, moi je trouve, à gérer comme départ parce qu'on part avec de la vitesse, il y a beaucoup de monde, c'est la première étape, premier départ, donc il ne faut pas non plus casser le bateau.
Start. Content, j'ai réussi à plutôt bien naviguer sur ce petit parcours côtier, avec un peu de chance, j'ai réussi à prendre le trophée Paprec, donc c'est chouette.
Ça fait 10 ans que je rêve de regagner une étape et que ça me passe souvent sous le nez. Cette fois, ça s'est goupillé jusqu'au bout.
proche de la ligne d'arrivée de cette première étape 2025.
Il y a eu des retournements de situation tout le temps en fait. J'ai été bien placé, mal placé, mais à chaque fois j'arrive à revenir. Et puis à un moment j'ai réussi à prendre un peu le lead et là j'ai dit maintenant il faudra venir me chercher. Ouais.
Attention pour l'arrivée de Skipper Massif 2025.
Rigo! Alors, où les fans? On est là! Rigo!
Ça fait bien plaisir. C'était l'objectif de la solitaire, c'est de faire un podium. Donc c'est couché, première étape. Il va falloir trouver un nouvel objectif maintenant.
Évidence pour Skipper Massif 2023.
Bravo Charlotte!
Bah ouais, hyper contente d'arriver sur le podium. Je crois qu'on avait tous les trois une revanche à prendre avec Roscoff d'il y a 2 ans. Et moi une revanche de plus avec il y a 4 ans. Donc ça fait super plaisir d'arriver à la maison, là, de voir tout ce monde là sur le ponton, d'arriver 3e.
C'est incroyable, bah, franchement, j'aurais jamais imaginé ça. Donc je suis ravi et j'ai pris que du plaisir solo même si les conditions n'étaient pas faciles.
Elle est bonne celle-là.
Ouais, carrément.